CBS Radio brings you The Couple Next Door, written by Peg Lynch and starring Peg Lynch and Ethel and Bunce. Going out tonight? Then plan a quick and easy soup supper. Serve good, hot Campbell's tomato soup. And watch good things begin to happen. Soup perks them up, cheers them up. Your family will love every nourishing sip. It tastes so good, it makes you feel good all over. Be sure you have your soup today. Campbell's tomato soup.
Oh, boy, our hotel room looks like a florist shop.
Well, this is just the overflow from Aunt Effie and Betsy's room. You should see that. Mr. Whittaker has bombarded Aunt Effie with flowers all day.
Yeah, boy, I bet she's been thrilled, huh?
Thrilled. She acted as though she weren't at all impressed. She refused to see him all day, wouldn't answer the phone when he called.
Oh, for Pete's sake, this is so darn silly. They just had a ridiculous misunderstanding that yesterday... Where is she?
She went out to dinner with him.
Oh, wow, fine.
You know why she finally spoke to him? She couldn't stand the thought of all the money he was spending on flowers. So she went out to dinner with him. She took Betsy along.
Took Betsy? Mm-hmm. Doesn't Aunt Effie realize three's a crowd?
That's what I said, but she said Betsy would be a chaperone. I think Aunt Effie's now decided to play hard to get.
Oh, honestly, you women. Well, I'm glad she did take Betsy. Gives us a chance to have dinner together our last night in Naples, huh?
Yes. I thought we could eat at that restaurant down there. Come here, dear. Come here. Come out in the balcony. Look down. That one down there.
Where?
Zia Teresa or something, it says. Right there.
Oh,
there, dear.
yes.
Where the tables and the awnings are painted green.
I see. Yeah, I see the green one, uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, fine, yeah.
Zia Teresa.
Well, look, I got to put a call through to Rome. Then I shall shave and shower. I shall put on my best go-to-meeting suit and take a very pretty girl to dinner at a sidewalk cafe on the Bay of Naples.
This is Galen Drake. You know, it's kind of silly to be walking around all day when you've got muscular pain. Why don't you just rub it away the modern, greaseless way with New Minute Rub? New Minute Rub will get at that deep down pain and fast. It won't burn your skin, and it's not greasy like, some of those old-fashioned, strong-smelling remedies. Minute Rub smells good, feels cool, and yet it relieves bone-deep muscular soreness. Now, it's greaseless, you know. It won't stain, won't mess up clothing or bed linens either. And by the way, Minute Rub is great for cold miseries, too. Try it once and you'll never be without it. Minute Rub.
That menu up in front of your face like that. I can't see you. I don't want all that beauty to go to waste.
Oh, honey. Well, I don't know what else to do with the menu. It's so big. Why are all Italian menus the size of a newspaper, practically?
Well, not quite, dear. Well, what are you going to have to eat?
Well, I don't know. It's all in Italian. The only words I recognize are spaghetti and ravioli.
Yeah, no. Well, we'll ask the waiter when he comes to recommend something.
What do you suppose this is? Sardoncini or something. Alla marinara. Marinated sardines?
Yeah, you got me, honey. Put the menu down, will you?
Oh, all right.
Oh.
What?
The guy wandering around with the accordion seems to be going over to the next cafe. And I thought the music was a nice romantic touch.
Oh. Well, I'm kind of glad he didn't come up to our table. I always hate these wandering musicians who do that. I'm always so embarrassed when people play music at me. I never know what to do.
Yeah.
People look at you.
I know,
I feel embarrassed.
Well, I guess this is our last evening together for 2 or 3 weeks.
You're going to be staying in Rome 3 weeks?
Well, I don't know till I get there. And the call I put through, the guy wasn't at our agency there in Rome. He'd gone home, so I asked him to have him call here late tonight at the hotel.
Oh.
Come on now, cheer up, will you?
Oh, I know, I'm sorry. Guess I am depressed at the thought of flying home without you and without seeing much of Rome, really.
Now, listen, darling, you know that if I could possibly afford it,
Dear, I have had a wonderful trip. We've been in Europe longer than we thought anyhow. And if Aunt Effie and I spend all our money... Well, now, look, let's just not spoil the evening thinking about that. I will cheer up. Let's pretend that we're not married, then I have a date with a very handsome man, huh?
What do you mean, pretend I'm a handsome man? Oh, golly, honey, your hands are like ice.
Oh, well, it is a little chilly sitting out here, don't you think?
Well, it's not bad.
No, it's not bad. I just meant that if you were cold, we could sit inside the cafe. I mean, there's tables in there, too.
Well, golly, I think it's more fun to sit outside, don't you?
Oh, yes, sure.
I mean,
more
it's
fun.
It's so picturesque with a sidewalk table. You know, right on the wharf here by the water with the little fishing boats there in the harbor bobbing up and down. We can look at the circle of lights all around the Bay of Naples.
Pretty.
But, I mean, if you want to go inside...
No. I thought, dear, if you
look,
did...
Honey, look, you can see Mount Vesuvius from here in the moonlight.
Now, I could see it if the breeze would stop blowing the tablecloth in my face.
Oh, dear.
Can you hold it down there on your side?
Put your purse on the
I will.
corner.
All right.
I'll hold this side down with the ashtray here.
The sugar bowl. You can put that right there, too.
Yeah. Well, now, let's not let minor details spoil the evening,
No, darling, your tie. Your tie, dear.
Huh?
Well, tallow's blowing off the candle. I think some went on your tie.
Oh, well, all right.
Dear, isn't that a shame?
Yeah. Well, this is nice, isn't it?
Oh, it's wonderful. I love being with you, you know it.
Love being with you, too, dear. Where in Sam Hill is the waiter? Oh, well. Fun just being here, isn't it?
Yes. It's wonderful, dear.
Had a lovely dinner in the dining room at the hotel here. Then I came up and put Betsy to bed, and I've almost finished my packing. Did you two have a nice dinner?
Oh, yes, wonderful. Little cafe across the street on the wharf,
Well, you both look half frozen. You didn't sit outside.
Yes, we did, and it was very nice. It wasn't cold. It was just a little breezy.
You better both take hot baths and get to bed. What time are we catching the train to Rome tomorrow?
9:30 in the morning.
Oh, there were some things you were going to ask him about the house when we get home. Something about the oil burner and the septic tank. Did you discuss that at dinner?
Oh, no, we didn't. But we will, Aunt Effie. Yes,
I'll finish my packing. Get to bed. Good night.
Good night, Aunt Effie. Good night. Well, I suppose I'd better do our packing, too.
Oh, the heck with it now.
Huh?
Here's your coat, honey. Put it around you and come on out on the balcony. Come on, huh, sweetheart?
Oh, darling. We're going to catch pneumonia being romantic.
Well, it'll be worth it. Oh, there now. See, look at the view from way up here.
I know. It's breathtaking.
Breathtaking?
Yes. You know, your father wrote us about the oil burner and the septic tank, and I suppose we ought to discuss it.
Look, I'm standing here on a balcony overlooking the Bay of Naples on a moonlight night trying to kiss you. I don't want to discuss the septic tank.
I'm sorry, darling. Well, I didn't know you were trying to kiss me.
Well, if the lady is willing.
Well, the lady's willing, darling.
Oh, darling, I do love you so.
Oh. I guess I should have not. I just wanted some soap flakes. Do you have any?
Well, not on me, Aunt Effie. No. Do you have any soap flakes, dear?
Yes, I have a box, Aunt Effie. I'll go get them.
I thought I'd wash out my stockings.
Fine.
Well, I didn't mean to interrupt you two smooching out here on the balcony. I think it's wonderful the way you two are still in love, just as much as you were when you were first married. Isn't it sweet?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just love it when I see you holding hands and stealing kisses.
Here are the soap flakes, Aunt Effie.
Oh, thank you, dear. Now, you go right ahead and be romantic again. I'm going to wash out my stockings.
Oh, don't look like that.
Listen, I love Aunt Effie, but boy, I tell you, oh, well.
Out of the mood of kissing me?
Yes. I don't like called smooching. You'd think we were a couple of silly teenagers.
Oh, I wish we were. Isn't it funny, darling, when we were first married, we used to daydream about coming to Europe, remember? And all the romantic places we'd go, and here we are, standing under the stars.
You got a toothpick.
Well, as you said, not on me. Why?
Well, I'm sorry. Every time I have lobster, I get it in my teeth. I'm sorry. I've just got to...
It's all right. Magic spell is certainly broken, and we are certainly old married folks. Come on, brush your teeth, and I'll wash out my stockings.
Oh, look, I'm sorry, really.
Get to bed, really. Well, you better get the phone. It's probably your call from Rome.
Well, I hope it is, honey, because if it is, I've got a surprise for you.
We'll return to the couple next door in just a moment. CBS Radio's mysterious modern Aesop has penned another fable for our times, delivered under the studio door during the wee hours of the morning. The fable follows. Once upon a time, a man decided to get away from it all. Fed up with civilization, he took to the deep woods. He didn't stop until he found a rough but serviceable cave, providing shelter and solitude. He shot wild game and ate roots. The first week, he was ecstatic. The end of the second week found time lacking. At the end of a month, he was downright bored. They found him weeks later wandering deliriously in the deep woods trying to get back to civilization. The moral of this tale by our anonymous Aesop? Well, we quote, "If he'd had the foresight to flee with a pocket radio set, he could have held out months longer. For solitude, he could have turned it off. For company, he could have had the nearest CBS radio station with its evening comedy time, its great daytime serials, its exclusive CBS news, sports, Sunday dramas, and that favored in caves and homes everywhere, Arthur Godfrey."
To fly home tomorrow if we don't want to.
Yeah, well, tell Aunt Effie, dear.
Well, there's a guy in the office in our agency in Rome, and I was talking to him this morning, and I told him I had my family with me, and before I could tell him that you were flying on home, he said, "Well, my wife and I are going on a vacation. Would you like to use our apartment?"
Isn't that wonderful?
Of course, he said. Now, I better talk to my wife about it, and she won't be home until this evening. So if I don't call you, he said, it means that she doesn't want to sublet it, or that she's let somebody else have it, you know.
Well, you couldn't blame her if she didn't want to. You know, perfect stranger.
Well, anyhow, that's why I didn't say anything. I didn't want to get your hopes up. And what I pay out in rent to sublet, I can take off my expense account, you see. In the long run, be cheaper than a hotel, anyhow.
And we'll eat in, Aunt Effie, which is a lot cheaper than eating out. We can stretch our few remaining pennies that way.
Oh, yes. Be worth cooking and doing dishes just to stay in Rome.
And we can do sightseeing during the day just as we've been doing. I mean,
apparently, it's a nice apartment. He said there were 8 large rooms with high ceilings and marble floors.
8 rooms?
Marble floors?
Yeah. He says on the 5th floor of the building, which is high on a hill, and there's a big balcony. He said the view is just beautiful. You overlook all of Rome.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds too good to be true. I wonder what the catch is.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, we'll know tomorrow. Come on, now, finish your packing. Remember, the train leaves for Rome at 9:30 in the morning now. 9:30.
We'll be ready.
The Couple Next Door is written by Peg Lynch and stars Peg Lynch and Ethel and Bunce with Margaret Hamilton and is produced by Walter Hart.